Hello, everyone. Um, Two things here. One, I'm testing out a new microphone, and I wanted to see what your thoughts were on how it's working. And two, I wanted to do my very first old fart telling a story video. And as the title of this video implies, this is about why you don't drop docs on the internet. And interestingly enough, it has very little to do with how you treat other people, and very much about how you treat this place that we have found each other in. In the early days of the internet, late ARPANET, early internet, when students started to be able to get onto the network, they started exploring this place and started playing games with each other, messing around. But it was understood that this was a place that was beyond the everyday, that this was truly something different and something incredibly powerful, where people could bring ideas together that just would not be understood, even if they would be applicable in the real world. And as more and more people came on, it sort of managed to hold it, especially through Usenet. You had more and more people meeting in news groups, to from alt-rec martial arts to alt-sex bondage hamster duct tape. I mean, everything. Social languages, Japanese. You had all these little niches and all these ways. Essentially, this provided what the web did in a much more clunky form. It was a place that was in many ways beyond. It was otherworldly. And so it was kind of out of respect that even when you're tearing into someone, you don't disrespect the place. And it's not that it was spoken out loud. It's not even, I mean, I didn't even think of it this way until very recently. It was just something you didn't do. And when you did catch someone doing it, they were universally condemned, unless that person had brought harm to someone else in the real world somehow. Because once you took it to real life, that's it. And then America Online happened. I don't know how many of you remember the old America Online service, which is very different from the way it is now. But when America Online connected to the internet, everything changed. Imagine a 50,000-gallon drum of stupid poised over your brand new jacuzzi, your pristine, clean, lit, champagne stocked, incense around, everything you could possibly want, and someone turns the tap. That's what it was like when AOL happened to the internet. And then the web happened, and there was another generation of people escaping to places that were, I don't want to say elitist, but definitely quieter, definitely calmer, definitely more intelligent. And by more intelligent, I mean more. Imagine if you're sitting in a movie theater. It doesn't matter how bad the movie theater is, and you're sitting with people who kind of get the jokes and kind of understand what's going on, and then everybody who's ever been pictured on the People of Walmart website walk in at once, all on their cell phones. Okay, sorry, there was a very traumatic moment. And yeah, I don't care if you think I'm an elitist, and I don't care if you think I'm a snob. Change happens, change has to be adapted to, and sometimes that adaptation is not pleasant. But anyway, back to what I was talking about. So how that survived, I think, is a kind of, it's sort of split into a dichotomy, where you have places like Something Awful, the 4chan, a whole bunch of other places where it's okay, we're gonna total and absolute fucknuttery, but we're not gonna bring it to real life unless somebody hands it to us on a silver platter, or we're going to, how to phrase what 4chan does. If you egregiously catch our attention, and sometimes that isn't that difficult, and it doesn't matter if you post on there and you do something that catches their attention to you in real life, it's sort of the challenge. Can you stay anonymous? Is almost the challenge. If you don't, then you get what you deserve. Then there are places like most forums and websites and YouTube where it's like, okay, this is a place where we can let it all hang out, we can let our hair down, where we can actually interact with people and not be afraid. Hopefully. And we can definitely not be afraid if we keep it separate from our real life. So basically, dropping docs on the internet is either a slap in the face in one hand or a deliberate breaking of a safe space in the other. In either case, it is a challenge that demands immediate action. And I don't know why you don't drop docs on the internet, but that is what I see as the general cultural evolution of my thoughts about it, of the circles I've moved through, and I know I've oversimplified a lot. But the biggest point is, if you don't understand why you don't drop docs, then you are not to be trusted. And that's all that's necessary to know. About you, at least. Thank you for your time and attention.